I wanted to leave science. Sometimes chemistry is toxic. There are a lot of waste that comes from manufacturing and mining industries. Synthesizing geopolymers is quite not new for Kazakhstan. It's okay to be failed. It's okay to make mistakes.
Construction forms the backbone of modern infrastructure. New buildings, roads, bridges and other essential structures are constantly being built around us. It's hard to imagine progress without them. As construction activity increases, the demand for advanced building materials grows. Today, these materials are expected to combine strength and durability with environmental safety for both people and the planet. In this pursuit, geopolymers are gaining attention as a sustainable alternative to traditional cement. Geopolymers and cement differ significantly in composition, environmental impact, and performance. Geopolymers are produced from industrial byproducts such as fly ash or metallurgical slag, with minimal or no need for high-temperature firing, resulting in substantially lower carbon dioxide emissions. In contrast, cement production involves calcining limestone at extremely high temperatures. This process generates significant CO2 emissions. Geopolymers exhibit superior resistance to acids, salt water, and high temperatures, whereas cement, while less durable in such conditions, remains more cost-effective and easier to apply for conventional construction needs. Researcher Yelriza Yeszhan is developing a technology for producing geopolymers from the waste generated by Kazakhstan's mining and metallurgical industries. Her project focuses on recycling industrial byproducts and improving the country's environmental sustainability.
There are a lot of waste that comes from manufacturing and mining industries. Also, we know that we have problems with CO2 emissions, carbon dioxide emissions in Kazakhstan, especially the regions. Our research group has a project about the utilization of waste, especially from mining and the metallurgical industry. And my project is the part of this large project, this huge project. Why I have chosen geopolymers, not other materials? Cement industry emits a lot of CO2, carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere. This is a huge problem, not only Kazakhstan, for the world, worldwide. We are also suffering from this problem. Geopolymer concrete production reduces the CO2, carbon dioxide emissions by 70%.
The main raw material used for producing geopolymers is sludge, which contains about 30% aluminum oxide and 20% silicon oxide. This is combined with an alkaline activator such as liquid glass, and the mixture is placed in an oven to harden at temperatures between 60 and 80 degrees Celsius. The curing time, which ranges from 4 to 24 hours, depends on the required properties of the material. Once cured, the material is mixed with sand to produce geopolymer concrete, making it ideal for construction and road paving applications.
In order to know the properties of the material, especially the hardness, strength of the material, it's very important to test its mechanical properties. We are using two main tests, which one is compressive strength test. We are testing the material under the pressure in order to know its strength, how much pressure it can withstand. So this is the main of the one of the main tests. Our material can stand in between 30 and 60 megapascals. Another one of the main tests are durability tests. We are testing our materials on chemicals, on acidic conditions in water in order to know its acidic resistance, its water resistance, because this is very important in buildings, in construction process.
Waste from the mining, metallurgy can be purchased in the powder form. The uniqueness of this project is the material that is synthesized from the industrial waste. So first is the cheap price of the raw material. The industrial waste is cheap, and there are billions of tons of the waste in our country. If traditional cement requires drying at least 12 hours, this one requires only 3 to 4 hours. So this property makes this project like fast production and for the industrial scale. Possible production of this material could be in two forms. First is the powder as a raw material for the buildings, and the second one we can make some determinate shapes like bricks or borders for any type of constructions. And also it is possible to make our powder like more in the liquid form, and it is like actual tremendous usage of this material in the 3D printing of the walls and other buildings. So this material can be used in this because of its fast drying and the mechanical strength properties. In the building sphere, there are some additional problems like ordering natural products like sand and water, and it requires more places, more tonnage of the usage of the other materials, but this one requires only our material geopolymers, so it can be synthesized and made as a determined form.
The work on the project has involved numerous experiments, trials and errors. As a result, researchers have developed a powder that can be used either as a standalone material or as a base for creating construction mortars and concrete. The team is now focused on enhancing the material's strength, chemical resistance, and durability. Although the project is still in its early stages, researchers see immense potential in geopolymers. They represent an eco-friendly, durable and cost-effective material that could replace traditional construction solutions.
In Almaty we have different kind of conditions. We have earthquakes sometimes, so it should be sustained to these conditions. That is the problem now, that is the challenge. Synthesizing geopolymers is quite not new for Kazakhstan. I mean, in terms of wastes, but such kind of technologies are uses in Australia and in European countries. If I'm not mistaken, in the UK, this kind of techniques are popular. So actually, while working on the synthesis, while considering the materials, characterizing the materials, I'm mostly reading their papers, scientific papers, to analyze their works, and this is the one thing that inspires me, their works. This is really amazing.
Yelriza was a naturally curious child, always eager to understand how the world around her worked and why things happened the way they did. Her parents played a big role in sparking her interest in science. Her mother is a school chemistry teacher and her father is an engineer. Their home was filled with books on chemistry and biology, which Yelriza loved to flip through. She didn't understand much back then, but that only made her more determined to figure things out. When it came time to choose a career, Yelriza decided to study chemistry to explore the makeup of materials and uncover the secrets behind chemical reactions.
As my mom, chemist, she knows that sometimes chemistry is toxic. So that is why she actually was not agreed to my choice, but by discussing all these things, when she sees fire in my eyes that I wanted to desire, they agreed me to my career, and they are very supportive. My parents are my mentors on my life. They are my great supporters. Actually, I can say that everything that I have now, I owe them. Science for me is something special. This is all my life.
Yelriza Yeszhan is a young scientist. At just 27 years old, she has already dedicated 10 years to education and scientific research. Today, Yelriza has chosen to focus on environmental chemistry, a field aimed at developing safe and sustainable technologies to reduce harm to the environment. This area of science is especially relevant in today's world, which faces numerous challenges: water, air, and soil pollution, increasing volumes of industrial waste, and rising carbon emissions. Research in environmental chemistry paves the way for creating eco-friendly materials, developing innovative methods for waste management, and reducing harmful emissions. Yelriza believes that advancements in this field not only address global environmental issues, but also unlock new opportunities for Kazakhstan. As a country rich in natural resources, Kazakhstan has much to gain from environmental chemistry. This field can turn industrial waste into valuable materials, benefiting both the environment and the economy.
When I wanted to leave science and I decided not to continue, it happened on my bachelor when I've just started my career. It was like this. We've been working on the preparation of magnesium batteries. We were working with my colleagues, working for 4 months, and after that we found that at the very beginning of experiment, one parameter was set incorrect, and because of it, every data was not useful. It was incorrect. Everything was incorrect. It was like, what should we do? How we how we deal with this? Another one was happened. I guess it was a year or 2 years ago. Such kind of situation happened. I worked on the assembling of supercapacitors. We've tried to find green approach, replace metal anodes with the polymer ones, and I found my results are not reliable. They are not working. I've been working on the synthesis, working on the assembling for a year, but after assembling a battery, after the testing, it found that they don't have a capacity, and I felt like, no, I will not do so. I will not continue this. But it was a very nice experience. It helps me to find where was the question, where was the problem. But after focusing, after considering properly, after switching off all emotions, just focus it, my whole brain, I have succeeded. Failures is a part of a progress. It's okay to be failed. It's okay to make any mistakes. Failures help to find the problem and help to grow.
Today, many countries acknowledge that progress is impossible without science, and we are focusing on supporting young researchers. This trend is also evident in Kazakhstan. According to the Ministry of Science and Higher Education, researchers under the age of 35 now make up nearly a third of the country's scientists. Yelriza Yeszhan stands out as one of the brightest representatives of this new generation. Her project has received state funding, and she has ambitious plans, viewing her research as both a scientific breakthrough and a practical contribution to addressing environmental issues. Discipline and balance are essential for achieving success in science, she emphasizes.
I wake up early at 5 a.m. and do some exercises, walk on this quite abandoned street. I like this feeling. Try to set aside time for my parents, for my family and my hobbies. I love walking, I love hiking, I love this beautiful sightseeing, beautiful nature helps me to unconnect from the work. And also my another hobby is writing pictures. I'm not good, but now I'm learning. I'm trying to do my best. It helps me clean my mind, focus on the picture, and connect from everything, from work, from the problems, and from whole world. Sometimes I also want to have a just quiet time at home with coffee and with a very nice book. Disappearing Spoon by the Sam Keen. This book explains the kind of history behind the elements from periodic table with natural examples. Everyone can read this book. It will be very interesting, fascinating book.
The project of the young Kazakhstani scientist to create geopolymers from industrial waste is currently in the active research stage. Yelriza Yeszhan and her team have developed a material that has the potential to become an environmentally friendly alternative to traditional cement. The research group is now focused on improving the mechanical properties of the geopolymers to meet the standards of the construction industry. Yelriza collaborates with scientists from European universities and plans to publish the results of her research in scientific journals.
This project is maybe first in the Kazakhstan. The potential of the patenting and the first development in our country is making it more potential for future use. There is a fact that carbon dioxide emissions to the air, 8% of it comes from the cement production. So to reduce it, this project also can be helpful.
Being a researcher, tackling with the global problems, local problems, collaborating with the experts from Kazakhstan, from other countries, I think this is already achievement. When you heard about the science, research, chemistry, and physics, it feels like something very serious, maybe something very complex with which you cannot deal with. But actually, one thing I can say that science, chemistry especially, is fun. You should love them. Actually, love what you do and do what you love.
Yelriza Yeszhan is a face of Kazakhstani science. At just 27 years old, she is leading a promising project to recycle industrial waste into environmentally friendly construction materials. This innovative approach not only reduces the carbon footprint, but also provides an effective alternative to traditional materials. Yelriza believes her work will inspire young people to take bold steps in science and demonstrate that age is no barrier to finding solutions to global challenges.